Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I'm Watching Watch. We're covering the Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Reunion Part 3. I'm just going to give my final thoughts of this season and how I'm choosing to move forward. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video, and you can subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Now let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going to deliver facts. Lisa and Larsa made up. Is that a shocker? No, we knew it was. I think their beef this season carried on a little bit too long than what we're used to. And then Lisa's online, I guess, playing into character at how the scenes were going. I don't know if they're still cool at the reunion, after the reunion, but whatever. We knew it was going to happen. We get into Gertie's package, and we're just hearing the post-healing or the post-diagnosis that she was cancer-free and how she's moving about. She talked a little bit about having abandonment issues as far as when she was brought over to this country. One, she didn't even know what was happening. Her parents just shipped her off and put her over into this family, and a lot of thoughts have went in her mind, you know, especially with having a big family. Like, was I good enough? Da 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 da. Some people be like, well, you got a better opportunity. You got to live in America. That's a pro. But to be for someone to rip you out of your home, don't even tell you what's going on, ripped away from your family, ripped away from your culture, and you're just placed in this place where people are going to sit up here and be just as, I don't know what goes on in your culture, but will be racist and discriminatory towards you. It's a lot. It's a lot. She already talked about the teasing. And then she gets into this group, and they treat her quite crazy. Gertie, I think you are a phenomenal woman. Do I think you should be on this show? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. I know when to defend you, and I know when to say, no, Gertie. No, Gertie. But yeah, so she went into that. No one really shows Gertie empathy or nothing, but they sit up here with that Russian woman and gotta coddle her, Miss Mommy Dearest over there. Stephanie was really hurt by Marisol at how she tried to pull her strings. Of course, Marisol is never going to admit to that. But she was saying, you know, I was just giving you the information. And then, well, we told you to get to know all the ladies. So you need to give me information for me, myself, to get to know these ladies? Stop it. You wanted everything to go a certain way, as Larsa already painted. They thought that they were going to be the quartet within the group. But no, Stephanie started hanging with other people that they did not want her to hang with. That's crazy. I really don't like this alliance. I really don't. I understand that people have friendships. I mean, there are some that are quite 10 plus year friendships. That is so cool and totally fine. It's when you guys want to play mind games and these stupid, you either with us or them type of mentality on an ensemble show. That's where you lose me, and that's where I don't have respect, and that's where I am totally turned off. What else? They talk about the age comments, and both of them are just playing. Marisol and Adriana, they're playing the sympathy card. Both of y'all are old and look good for your age. Both of y'all are old. And now Marisol talking about getting some knee surgery. Shut up. Shut up. They bring up the Nicole thing about Marisol hiring a PI. She says, prove it. Of course you ain't got nothing to say. Of course. Lisa, to go back to the whole Lisa Larsa thing, you know, even regarding her dad, like, why would you say that? you should be with your dad and all that. Well, we had issues and all that. Da 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 da. He was unresponsive. There was nothing that I can do. The way you were carrying on, my dad. I don't know what to say towards that, Lisa. It's just like, because death and letting go of someone who may not have just been the best person to you, it's a hard situation. And I don't judge anyone that may have not been able to go be with them or go and be at the funeral. Like, you need to process this in another way. I can even get that. I just don't understand that you were having this outcry of emotions. Possibly because you didn't know what to really... You wish you could have made amends before he actually left. But if he was unresponsive, there's really nothing that you could really make amends for. But you did say that he was making plans to come visit you, right? So I'm lost as far as your grief. I don't know if you were feeling guilt for not being there or not. I don't know. It was just a little bit fuzzy in that situation. And people from the outside are going to look at you a certain way. She talked about, there's just certain things I just don't talk about anymore because the group was so saying, you need to quit talking about Lenny. You need to quit that. And I do think that you needed to, because it was really suffocating you and suffocating others that had to continue to listen. Gertie felt the same way as far as people thinking that you need to just go on. But y'all let that Russian white woman, they talk about ratchet. Adriana says that she meant it as miserable. And I'm going to tell you all right up front now. No race, color, creed, culture are you going to find that ratchet means miserable. You knew what you said, and now you want to play dumb. And Kiki, you want to play dumb along with them. Because you even said, well, I don't understand why you would say this to me. You didn't say this to Marisol or whatever. But I know your heart. I know you're not a racist. You played right into it because you still want to be in this group. And you will jelly back and do whatever backflips and all the other athletic stuff so that you can be a part of this group. Instead of calling it for what it is. She apologized about the age thing. She didn't really know. Blah, 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 blah. I talked about Stephanie feeling hurt. That's about it, because I don't have nothing else to really say about them. All I gotta say is that I'm indecisive on if I want to continue watching and or reviewing. This season was eye-opening, and yet another melting pot within the United States has a lot of race, problematic and racist stuff and discrimination going on. That is so crazy. Crazy. And for me, I'm just really getting tired that on Bravo, yet another time, black people have to be discriminated. They get the microaggressions. They get it all. And then these white folks and white adjacent people get to... That white lady just basically was a poster child of, I'm a victim in all this and feel sorry. That white woman just said that she's going into therapy to finally want to deal with her PTSD. And somebody gave her children to raise. What was the thought process of that? Or was it the thought process of what my bank account will look like if I give them these children? I'm going with that. There was something that happened this week where the social worker went online and now was trying to go into a verbal spar with Gertie as she's explaining certain things about the reunion. Gertie's on the show. You're just a social worker. So obviously you're a fan, and then you just gave 2 black children to some whacked out, racist, white trash of a woman and her trashy ass wife. Congratulations. I would say you just played yourself, but you just operated in a very interesting system that we have to endure here in America. Those are my thoughts. I really don't know. Again, I'm sick of Bravo. I'm sick of Bravo allowing this to happen. I mean, can y'all just hide it next time? Do y'all gotta give it to us? Because the black people get it the most. And the dumb thing is from people of color. But I already have told you that people of color is not the same as black people. We're always on our own. And y'all gonna defend anybody that's people of color. And then white people get in line right away when it's someone else. You don't believe me? Remember Asian hate? Stop Asian hate. You see what they doing on OC right now? For that one girl that caused all that crap? Stop it. That's all I got, y'all. I wish I was in a more happy place, but I'm very disappointed because Salt Lake City and Miami are the two top Housewives shows. Those are my favorites that are out there, and this is what we're handed. And I know that they could do better, but I don't know if I'm willing to stick around to see if they'll do better, because now I know what's in your hearts, what's in your minds, what's in your soul. And if the same people are still on my screens next season, there's no need to ask me anything if I'm doing anything, if I'm watching or whatnot. I appreciate everyone for coming. Like this video, subscribe, and share your comments. Let me know how you feel about Miami and the direction that it took this season. Peace.